Okay, here's just a final overview of my trailer project here before I get to prep and paint it. I got done with all the welding on it. These pieces right here are done. I've got this crossbar welded across here to replace the old one, and I put a couple loops, little D-rings on it so I can hook ratchet straps onto it, because everything was tubing before and you couldn't get a strap on it very easy. There's nothing to hook to. I got this jack stand on here. Welded on, and it's got a little hole right here for a chain, and there, so you can keep it with it, and a spot for a cotter pin. So that'll make things a little nicer, and different holes in it for setting it different heights or putting it up out of the way. It goes almost flush with the tongue, maybe an inch down from the tongue, so that's got plenty of clearance on it. This trailer does hang fairly low to the ground, and it's not very high off the ground when it's hooked up to the vehicle, when it's sitting level. It is now because it's on very tall jack stands. I put these little pieces of angle iron on here all the way down the whole trailer, and also across the tube on the back for the wiring to go through, because when I first took this apart I had zip ties all the way up and down it to keep the wire in place, and I put 3 across the top. I might have wished that I put 4. I'm not sure. I'll find out here, but I think it should be okay. These tubes, or these wheel wells, this whole area in here was rotten. I thought it was just going to be 3 or 4 inches up, but it ended up not being worth it. It had deep pits in it, so I just welded the whole piece in. And on the front I even cut out a chunk out of the front there. There you can see. And here also, I cut a little rectangle out and welded a chunk in, and on the back side also, I had to cut a rectangle out, and it had a bad bulge in it here from warping, so I had to cut a slot in it so that I could get it to lay flat with my new plate, and then re-weld it. But that piece is the same way. It's got a whole new plate welded on there to close it in. That side was actually the worst. It was horrible. So that pretty much wraps up my project here. Here is the back side, this cross tube here, and the 2 D-rings. And the next footage I have will be of it prepped up in a nice shiny coat of red paint, like those, like that tire there has, rim and tire. So. Alright, well here, I was going to paint this and prep and paint this trailer behind at my house, and my dad suggested, hey, we got the Ford tractor, why don't you use it and stand the trailer up, or lay it on its side, or lay it upside down to paint it. And I ended up hooking the lights back up and bringing it back over to their place here, and working on stripping it and everything. So yeah, if you got a tractor with a front loader, I recommend that. And you be careful though with it. Nothing like having something bigger than you falling on you. Hopefully the safety Sallies don't get after me about that one, but oh well. I have it chained up here, and also the front loader's pinning the trailer. The trailer wanted to stand this way all on its own anyways, and the tractor's sitting there with its brakes on, so I doubt it's going to go anywhere. But in any case, yeah, here are my two weapons of destruction here to get all the paint off and rust. And I'm just giving it a little bit, just getting the worst off. But there's a needle scaler, and it just uses a bunch of pins to chisel at it. They use it for knocking slag off of welds and so on. And it works wonderful for taking thick paint off, and thick rust too, and the wire wheel. And that's pretty much it here with this. Makes it a whole lot easier to reach things when it's standing up like that. You can get to both sides of it. And this right here was a project last year. We went to try to bale hay with it, and the steering went out. Bearing went out in the gearbox, so we had to take everything off of it. Had to take the grill and hood and all that off so we could get to the steering gearbox, which is right there. So everything had to come off. So while it was off, Dad said, we said, hey, why don't we paint it while it's apart anyways. So I painted the hood and grill, and he painted the rims and the wheel weights on the back and everything that's yellow. So there's always something breaking. Whenever you got stuff, there's always going to be something breaking, especially when it's 40 or 50 years old or more. So, and in any case, my next shot will be when it's painted or something like that. Okay, so here's a shot of the trailer after Mom and Dad and I have painted it. We painted it Ford Tractor red. It's really close to the Rust-Oleum safety red. They're really comparable. So looks a whole lot brighter now. You see them wheel well boxes fender boxes look a lot better with a coat of paint on them. And so does my patch here on the front. That cross beam right there, and in the corner pieces, how it's boxed in, and the tongue jack or stand. It's a whole lot better looking with the bright red on it. So this evening, I guess my dad and I are gonna cut the new boards to fit on the trailer, so we'll have the boards and the sides on it, and then I'll do a shot of it next with those on it and finished. So that's it. Okay, well here's a shot of it completely finished, as far as we're gonna go with it anyways here. So it's a far cry from what it was. The sideboards, it just pressure washed all the gray out of them and stained them. Alright, well that's it for this thing. Wonder what I'll end up doing next here.